So, Arti, uh, what else is Intel working on? Where do you see the trend moving towards in the AI segment? And
Yeah.
yeah, if you could share some.
Yeah. So, I think one of the things we all have, been seeing a lot is the language models are just multiplying in size. Right? Like 5 years ago, they were not the size. Now, at least they've gone to 10,000 folds. We're talking about
Wow.
10,000 folds. So I think definitely from an engineering standpoint, we are trying to see how we can offer a product that can give the scalability because this is going to keep increasing, right? And when you invest in a product today, you don't want to change it unless you definitely have to, right? Because you
Yeah.
have to see the ROI. And with anything hardware or software or anything technology, it will take a little bit of time for you to start seeing the value out of it. It's not like you go to retail store, get a product and start using and you get to see the benefit. So we are putting a lot of engineering efforts into trying to see how the scalability can be offered. One. Second, I think there's a lot of focus going on towards the inferencing side of AI, because I think training has been going on for many years now, and now is the time to kind of really reap the benefits of all
Yeah.
the trainings done,
Yeah.
because that's where we will start to see the
Reap
value,
the
right?
benefits of. Yeah.
Operational efficiencies. I mean, look at any enterprise, any organization. There's different corporate functions, starting with HR, legal, operations, supply chain, sales, product, all of that. Each of these divisions will be able to benefit out of every different simple use cases. It could be a document retrieval we're talking about. It could be summarizing a
Yeah.
meeting note.
Yeah.
It could be as simple as that. But so now is the time when they have to sit down and prioritize on, okay, what are the operational efficiencies we have to see, and then figure out who are the technology providers that they want to work with. So I think that's the shift that we're seeing today. Everybody's trying to look at it from, okay, what does this mean to me, and not about, oh, I want to get into the bandwagon of AI. So people are starting to be more realistic. So we are trying to take all that learnings from the different market feedback, and internally, as a sales organization, definitely we are sharing all this feedback to our divisions who are making the product strategy and roadmap decisions, and they are also trying to see how well they can complement and also think in advance as well, in terms of projecting what could be the next requirement and design and products and capabilities. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And surely from an infrastructure point of view, I mean, now I'm seeing news that large GPU clusters and data centers, especially the AI workloads, require heavy power consumption. We're also seeing companies like Google, for example, investing in nuclear power plants,
Exactly.
etc. What do you think the trend is moving towards in the infrastructure point of view? Are we seeing more energy efficient GPU servers, or could you share your thoughts on
Yeah,
this particular
definitely.
segment?
So if we look at the whole GP server market about just 4 years back, not too far, a lot of time, energy efficiency was not an issue. So now we have broken the cap where direct liquid cooling has become almost an absolute standard for reaching that energy efficiency. You're totally right. So that's for training. But for inferencing, now it's all about how you optimize your model, how you retrain your model based on inference result, right? So before, when inference, when the trend model, they were still running on, for example, floating point 16 or floating point 32 just for inferencing. Trust me, there are customers using FP32 for inferencing, and now you have mixed precision, integer precision, especially floating point 8, which has been a long-standing feature in the Gaudi GPU series. So using a combination of different floating point data formats, you can actually optimize your compute usage and therefore in energy efficiency. So I see a double-folded approach from in which from one side you're trying to optimize energy efficiency on the infrastructure level using direct liquid cooling or maybe power grid optimization, because if you can optimize your power grid design, you can actually increase the GPU server performance headroom by up to 15% just by upgrading your power grid, and that is to the knowledge that is to the knowledge know-how of infrastructure service provider, right? So that's one approach. The other approach is like what I said just now. You optimize your models. You you use different data formats to, let's say, reduce the range of precision, so that the GPU compute units become more efficient. And then a lot of time when you do when you do inferencing, you don't need really big, really deep this precision, but you need large data range, right? So in order for all the parameters to, let's say, take off when they see, let's say, activations, then they take off. So it's about range, but not about precision, because the precision part is already done during the training process. So that's how I see. So once to summarize, infrastructure wise and inference and training model optimization for inferencing from both sides, I see customers doing that. Yeah, in response to your question.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
From a channel perspective, uh, what do you guys think about especially our SMB customers,
Right.
which is the backbone of the economy? How do SMB customers leverage this giant, boom in the AI segment? How do they dip their toe in? Maybe, surely you start.
Yeah, sure, of course. So, what we see also in the market is that traditionally some software providers, some ISVs, they have transformed themselves into AI service providers. So they have gone into AI software development and also AI model consulting. Okay, so this goes back to what I said just now. You have to optimize your model, the way you train them, the way each model inferences. That's very important. So a lot of SMB that have gone into that direction, and also a lot of SMB have gone into consulting, AI consulting, meaning they look at the use case of each customer, each business case, and they say, okay, how your model should be designed, how your model should be optimized for your domain knowledge. Because when you train a Gen AI model, it's just general AI intelligence, right? So there's no domain knowledge. So how do you pull domain knowledge in every use case, per company case, per industry segment? How you pull data into the AI model and make that AI model industry smart, right? So a lot of SMBs are also doing that. And finally, into the cloud. So cloud, everyone knows that. So cloud is now growing exponentially. So a lot of SMBs, they don't have the capital or the investment necessary for building their own data centers, their own equipment. So they have resorted to the cloud. So Google, Amazon, and all the tier one cloud service providers, they're buying a lot of equipment, and we're seeing a lot of SMB with increasing usage in both training and inferencing. So I think, to summarize, I think SMB customers, they are going to services, they are going to consulting, and they have a lot of requirement for cloud computing. And when their cloud computing requirements are in a hybrid manner, meaning they will need burst computing, inference computing, training computing requirements, and then all that requirements fluctuate. That requirements vary all the time. So that's how we see it. So I don't know, maybe Artie, you have a different.
No, I think I agree completely with him. Because AI is a different beast. It definitely is a different set of skill set to kind of really develop into, how a common person, or rather the end customer, will be able to leverage the potential, right? So definitely tapping into AI events is key, because you need to know what are the trends, right?
Absolutely.
You need to follow the companies that are leading the way, to be able to understand what works, what doesn't work, and where the industry is trying. I think that's key. So to be able to build up that skill set within any organization, right? Doesn't matter the size of the organization. I think, because we are at a time where a lot of things are converging.
Yes.
Everybody's trying to find what is my niche, how am I adding value, be it in any segment, right? So I think there has to be a mandate across every organization to be able to build up that capability. I don't think anybody should say, I don't know about AI, I'm not
Exactly.
a technology person, right? We have come so far from that now. So I think that's key. Attending AI events, whenever you get a chance to be able to attend to webinars, because every organization, every technology company is doing the awareness process now. As I said, it's the end customers who drive the requirements, the need for these technology adoptions. So tap into those and try and see who are the AI software providers, solution providers in your region, and try connecting with them. And Gitex is a great platform for that. We have all kinds of players in the market,
Absolutely.
coming under one fold. So
Yeah.
if you just take a round across all the booths, which I think is impossible to complete, but if you do that and speak to the people at the booth, I think you learn one or two, and then you take that back and speak with your manager, speak with your team, try and understand where you are struggling, and then reach out to these companies back. I'm sure if they cannot address your demands or conditions or requirements, they'll be able to lead you to somebody else, right? So I think SMBs should just lean in more and learn as much as they can, and figure out what they want to do in terms of, okay, let's tap this into let's tap into this issue first, and then let's tackle that. So yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Once again, thank you both for answering my questions, and stay tuned for more updates from Ingram Micro. Thank you.
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.